This is a special feeling. And that's why you have the title here. The Detroit Lions have just won back-to-back playoff games. The atmosphere was electric again. I wasn't there, obviously, because I'm recording this, but just being able to see what the Lions did, to see how special it is for the fans, to see how special it is for the players, to see how special it is for the coaches, the owners, for Brad Holmes, it just feels like, man, like I'm not one of these people who thinks anybody deserves anything. I'm really not. But it does feel like this is a Lions team that deserves this story and a fan base that just so desperately needs it. There are so many franchises that are poorly run and they never have seasons like this. It just doesn't happen. When they're finally good, they can't get over the hump. And the Lions have won 2 playoff games. And I could talk about a lot of different things, but I'll start with this. This is the first time in 66 years that Detroit Lions have won 2 playoff games in the same season. Back-to-back playoff games. I know that we have people all the way from 14 to 80 watching us on a regular basis. Thank you for watching. But 75% of the people probably aren't over 66. So that means many of you are seeing this for the first time in your life. I'm seeing this for the first time in my life. And it is so much fun to watch, but you know me, I'm a nerd. I love jumping into the stats. And me and Chris have been talking about this. We talked about it on our live show. If you haven't seen it yet, go look at it. We were at my house watching the game together with our families, and we popped down to the studio here to record. So you might want to check that out. It's kind of fun. But I want to show you this. And this is one of the things. I want to look at this game right here, Green Bay. When we got beat. And it was coming off of a rough stretch where we barely beat the Chargers. That was a fun game, by the way. All right, we barely beat the Bears, and then we get pummeled by the Packers, and it's like, what's happening to our defense? And then our defense doesn't look good against the Saints, and then again against Chicago. It was a rough stretch. Think about it. We gave up 38, 26, 29, 28, 28. That's not good. And then all of a sudden, you go in and we dominate Denver, right? We give up 17. We get lit up by Minnesota, but only give up 24. We get lit up by CeeDee Lamb and the Dallas Cowboys, and we only give up 20. We get lit up by Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings, and we only give up 20. We get lit up by Matt Stafford. Yes, Matt Stafford. And the LA Rams and Puka Nacua, and only give up 23. And the same thing, Baker goes for 349. Evans is over 150, but we only give up 23. This is a defense that, yes, we understand it has its limitations. We understand that Sutton is outmatched against these great receivers. We get it. We see it. But the defense is finding a way to keep opponents scoring less or just enough so that the offense can continue doing what the offense does. So we need to give credit where credit's due. Jared Goff in his post-game conference, he goes, I know you guys are going to ask me about this, but before you do, and he went on to talk about how good the defense played and how great Aaron Glenn was and the position that he put this defense in. And other than one drive, which is the last drive of the first half, Aaron Glenn called a heck of a game. Like, he called a phenomenal game. Derek Barnes, the unlikeliest of heroes, comes through with an interception. And we're all worried. They get, a 5-yard pass to Evans, and they're like, all right, what's it going to look like? He goes over the middle. Like, they're just getting in a rhythm. Picked. Game over. And how nice is it to have multiple 2 playoff games in a row where we're kneeling the ball down to end the game? It is so awesome to watch this defense do it, but it wasn't just the defense, because in this game, Jared Goff was different. All right, I'll show you the box score, but Jared Goff didn't even come. That's not true. He had one pick or one throw that should have been an interception, and it led to, and we just ended up getting a field goal. But other than that, he was clean. He took what the defense gave him. And what the defense gave him was a lot of blitzes, so he checked down. And when they didn't blitz, he threw it deeper. All right, the routes that he throws so well between 10 and 20 yards, and he did his thing. He had a beautiful fade to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And here's the thing that Jared Goff is now doing that is so incredible, because that game against the Bears, it was like the NFL has figured us out. We know, the NFL knows that Jared Goff can only throw the ball over the middle, and he can't throw outside the numbers. And since that game, he has consistently thrown the ball outside the numbers better and better and better. And in the playoffs, he has been on fire outside the numbers. So he is proving that he absolutely belongs here to get his extension. Yes. Is he worth 45, 50 million? I don't think so. I don't think you win with him at that number, but he's absolutely worth his extension, and we can talk about things that you can do with it. So we have an offense that's doing well. We have an explosive playmaker in Jahmyr Gibbs. He is explosive. We have Jameson Williams, what we all thought was going to be, he's just going to get deep balls, running good routes. Like, look out for him next year. This offense is loaded with weapons. We have a gamer in Frank Ragnow, no matter how hurt he is. Vita Vea can't beat him. Like, it is unbelievable watching what this team is doing, the way they are wrestling for extra yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a couple just massive first downs. Like, just watching what this team is doing is so much fun. Soak it in, One Pride. All right, soak it in, Lions Nation. Soak it in, Detroit. Soak it in, Michigan, right? The whole state. We love this. And so we're sitting here watching it, and you just have to marvel at it. You got the wristbands that light up, and they have the towels, so that, like, the place is electric. It's just going nuts, and you know it makes it harder for the other team, but more than anything, it's just a special thing to be a part of. This is a special time to be a Lions fan. Like, we're one of 4 teams left. There are only 4 teams left, and the Detroit Lions are one of them. How good does that feel? How good does it feel to be talking about the NFC Championship game? And do the Lions have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl? How good does it feel to be talking about that instead of talking about, all right, who are we going to take with the 6th pick? All right, who are we going to take with the 2nd pick? Is Hutch going to drop? Like, this is different. And then just to see the enjoyment on the players' faces, but also at the same time, like the swag and we're not done. We're not finished. Like, this is fun, but there's a bigger ultimate goal at task here. So here's the thing. If you told me this season we made the playoffs, I'd be happy. If you told me we made the playoffs and we won a game, I would say, job well done. That's what we hoped for with this roster going into the year. If you told me we made the playoffs, we won a wild card game against Matt Stafford, and then we got another second game in the divisional, another home game, and we won that, I would have been ecstatic. And now you're telling me we have a chance to go into San Francisco, take over the Bay, right, and beat the 49ers? That's unbelievable. Like, just to be in this position, to be able to watch this game next week on Sunday is just such a cool thing. Such a cool thing. So enjoy this. Have fun at work. Wear your Lions gear proudly for another week and beyond, because Chris said it when we did our live show together. This lasts all year. Like, the success that we had getting to the NFC Championship game, like, this doesn't happen often, even for the best teams. So enjoy it. Just soak it in and know that it's going to be good all winter and all summer long as we prepare. It's only more exciting. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. You know we got a lot of content coming this year. See ya.